Welcome back to Lowdown, everyone. I'm Joe, and today I'm sitting with Ethan Peterson, and we're about to have an interview. So, Ethan, when did you start really getting into music, and when did you learn that you had a passion for it?
That's that's a loaded question. Um, I think the first times when I was younger, when I really realized uh, I enjoyed music, was whenever I would watch like these goofy Nickelodeon shows like Big Time Rush. I'm not kidding. Like I would watch those shows. I'm like, wow, that looks so cool. I want to sing and everything. So eventually, I got a guitar and I started writing music shortly after that. So in the middle school days,
And how would you describe your style to new listeners or someone who hasn't heard your music before?
I think with the release of my latest song and with the release of uh, the song coming out next Friday, it's it's a little more hard to gauge. I would classify it as pop rock. I mean, at least that's what I'm shooting for here. Um, my latest song definitely is a little more alternative, but this song next Friday definitely has a lot more rock elements. So I think overall it meshes together into a pop rock genre.
Cool. And where do you draw a lot of your inspiration from when you're writing music, songs?
So a lot of my inspirations come from a lot of like modern artists today. I don't really draw much inspiration from people like I don't know back in the 80s or 70s or whatever. So I do have like a top three. Number one would be Ed Sheeran, just because I love the way he writes his songs. They're full of emotion, and I just really connect with some of his lyrics. Next inspiration on the list, number two is Brendan Urie, Panic at the Disco, because I mean, you gotta have him on there.
Yeah, you have to.
He's fantastic. I love him as a performer. It's kind of what I aspire to be like. The energy that he carries is just outrageous, and I really admire that. And then number three is somebody who just like moved up to the third spot. It's Harry Styles.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't always like Harry Styles. Like at the beginning of One Direction, I was like, oh, this is a boy band, kind of lame. But a year after One Direction became a thing, I like low key really liked him. And then when he came out as a solo artist, I just his his sound and his image just completely changed, and it's something that I was really drawn to. So I'm excited to keep hearing what he's putting out. Like he has a new album coming out next Friday, which is when my new single comes out, and
A little bit of competition.
do a little bit of competition. I already tweeted at Harry Styles to see if he wanted to collab and get a release party going because I think I could boost his numbers.
Oh, yeah, I think so too.
Definitely.
And is there any one particular song that really means a lot to you when you were writing it?
So we're talking original music.
Yeah, original music.
Okay. Um, I want to say the song I'm currently writing, that people probably won't hear until April or May. Um, the song I'm currently writing right now means a lot to me because um, I started reflecting on my time in North Carolina when I lived there in eighth grade. And it was a rough transition, but I met like a group of friends and everything that really took me in and made me feel like I had a home down there. And so we all went to this dance one night, and one of my best friends happened to be a girl, and I had never been to a dance before. I had never slow danced with anybody, but that night we both like slow danced together, and to me, I just reflected on that and realized uh, how simple that moment was, but how much it meant to me because that night we actually realized we had feelings for each other. And so the song I'm currently writing is about that, and it's a lot more acoustic. And I feel like through the lyrics I'm writing and the style I'm going for musically, I'm just really seeing a lot of my heart pour into it. I don't know. I'm really excited about that song.
And when you're out, performing live in front of crowds, what's your favorite part about performing live?
Just I I really enjoy when I can just make at least one person in the crowd just say wow. I like to be the one uh, to create that kind of atmosphere and energy uh, that people are drawn to. And I really enjoy when I can surprise people because when I come on stage, it's just, as of now, it's just me and an acoustic guitar. But I feel like my voice has a lot of range to it. And when I utilize it, uh, it surprises people sometimes. And I really, really love people like looking back at each other and want to know, like, I didn't know he could do that. It just makes it super cool because I don't know, I just like surprising people.
Then, are you working on any new music currently? I know you said you had a new song coming out, and you're working on a new song that should be coming out early next year sometime. Anything
Yes.
else?
So like I said, next Friday, a new song comes out, um, December 13th. It's called "Lay It on You." Then this next song that I was just talking to you about, that I'm writing, that I'm really into at the moment. That's going to be a part of a small album I'm going to be putting out around, I want to say, May or early June. I want to try and get it done, this little album, before July hits, because in July and August, I plan to move to Nashville.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of what the timeline's looking like. New single next week, and then take a break and prepare the small album.
All right, and cool. And do you want to plug any of your social medias for everyone?
Absolutely, I would love to plug my socials. So actually, I got a business card right here just so I make sure that I got mine correct. All right. So Instagram, it's just Ethan Peterson Music. Facebook, also Ethan Peterson Music. Twitter, at Ethan P Music. And then I have a website, ethanpetersonofficial.com.
Ooh, sounds official.
It absolutely is. You should definitely check it out.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on today, and can't wait to hear your live performance. Okay, stay tuned.